my name's Julia and this is Zuri Sun Yoga. Today's video will be about how to prepare for your online yoga video class. So the first thing will be a mat. If you don't have one already, I'd recommend getting one with really good grip and quite a large thickness. If you have any other mats for say gym or combat sports, then feel free to also use that. And in the interim, you can always use a towel or a blanket, but the only issue is that it doesn't have so much grip. So you can always just use a carpet floor, but highly recommend getting a mat. Along with mats, you can also get this tiny baby mat, which I highly recommend for everyone, even if you don't have any knee or wrist concerns. It's just a really teeny tiny one that you place on top of your mat already, and you use it to place your knees or your wrists on, and you can always get two, or you can purchase a mat with a really high thickness. So I think this is 9mm or something. I'll find out and I'll put it in the description, or I'll let you know. So you can either just buy a mat that's like this, and this is quite good, it's still quite grippy, or if you already have a mat, these are super affordable, so you could just buy one or two of these. If you're not really keen and you're still just trying out with yoga and not sure if you want to purchase things, then you can always just use a towel or a blanket and fold it up and place it under your knees. It doesn't have to be this big, this is quite excessive, but you could just fold it into a whatever better than this, and then place your hands or knees on that. Cool. So the other thing is other props. So I'm very much, love having lots of props so that you can find comfort and accessibility in the poses. So I highly recommend a block. If you don't have a block, you can be creative and maybe use a bucket. I'm just telling you what's in my room. A bucket, a box, a candle. Maybe don't use a candle. You can use pot plants or whatever. You can even use, if you do purchase this, some people use this as a stand. So the block's function is mainly to increase accessibility in a posture or to help with finding comfort. So say if we're doing a standing posture and your hands don't reach the floor, you can always use this to find lift, or you can place this under your back, say for like a supported bridge. So there's two different types of blocks. There's this block, which I don't know what the material is, but it feels like when you start to swim and you use that board thing. So it's that material. And then there's also the cork material. So pros of this block is that you can rest on it, say in supported bridge. You can use it on your back when you are lying down. So this is a bit more comfortable because it's softer. The cons of this are, say if you're doing any what are they called? So say if you are standing and you're pushing down, they're not as firm, or if you're going to lift yourself up, so they're just not as firm. So it's up to you what you want. I've got two of these. I'd like to have two other cork ones as well, but I think this one is softer on your back. The other prop that's really helpful is a ball. So I like to do a lot of trigger point release stuff or work. I've just got this spiky ball because I really like it, and my dad gave it to me. I can't have tennis balls in the house because the dogs will steal them, but I highly recommend either getting a tennis ball from the reject shop or whatever, super affordable, or if you prefer, so the smaller the ball, the more specific it's going to be in the area. So this will be used for either rolling around the shoulder or in the back or lying down. So if you prefer less intensity, this is pretty hard, just get a softer ball and maybe a bigger one. Cool. Another thing you could get is a bolster. Mine's in the wash now. Well, the outside is in the wash, so I can't show you. So if you have a bolster, you can always bring that. If not, you can use your pillow. So this would be mainly for, again, supported fish. So we'd be lying down. If you don't have a bolster, again, we can just use a blanket or a pillow, and you fold it as much as you can, and then you can just roll it up. and then it'll turn into a mini bolster. And then we can use this. So to go over all the props, it would be a mat, a bolster, pillow, or a blanket. And then if you do have a block, another thing is a shoebox or a box, any box. And then if you do want to protect your knees and ankles, you can get the tiny mat and then a ball. So I will let you know before class what you'll need, so you won't need this at the start, but I'll write in preparation for the class when we're going to do trigger point release work. Cool. The other thing before Sunny falls asleep is clothing. So you can wear whatever you want, whatever's comfy. I prefer wearing tighter tops, or if I'm wearing a baggy top, I'll bring a hair tie or make sure that it's long enough to tuck it in. And the main purpose of that is if I'm doing a forward fold and then the top comes up, that can be really annoying and really distracting. So I highly recommend either a longer top that you can tuck into your pants, or tighter, or bring a hair tie or something that you can make it tight. And in terms of bottoms or pants, the test that I sort of do is making sure that I can cross my legs, or do a lunge. So that would be a good test just to make sure that you have mobility. So if you're able to get into a lunge, then these pants are fine. And no, you don't have to wear Lululemon, you don't have to have any fancy stuff. You can just get your PJs even. But yeah, I'd always recommend wearing maybe short sleeves, and then always bringing a blanket for the end for Shavasana, and wearing socks so you can take them off when we are getting into the flow and then put them back on at the end in Shavasana. Cool. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you on the mat, and I hope that this was helpful. So